Ferrari has recently made headlines for taking a bold and somewhat puzzling swipe at Chinese electric vehicle manufacturers, describing their cars as elephants, massive, overweight machines requiring huge batteries and enormous powertrains. On the surface, Ferrari seemed to be mocking the size and weight of modern Chinese EVs, implying that these vehicles are clumsy, excessively heavy, and inefficient. However, the irony of the statement quickly became apparent when it was revealed that Ferrari's own new electric vehicle is anything but lightweight. In fact, its battery pack is among the heaviest in the industry, rivaling that of Tesla's Cybertruck. What was intended as a boastful jab at competitors ended up highlighting a striking contradiction within Ferrari's own approach to electrification. The Italian brand's comments came as part of the launch of its first fully electric model, a highly anticipated crossover boasting nearly 1,000 horsepower. Ferrari's engineers claimed that electric cars from China were essentially bloated, using overly large batteries and motors to achieve their power figures. They suggested that these designs were crude and lacked finesse, a brute force approach to performance rather than one rooted in the refined engineering Ferrari prides itself on. However, this critique fell flat once the details of Ferrari's own electric vehicle became public. The car carries a massive 122 kilowatt-hour battery, roughly the same size as Tesla's Cybertruck pack, and considerably larger than those found in many Chinese EVs Ferrari was ridiculing. The contradiction has not gone unnoticed. Industry observers were quick to point out that Ferrari's new EV, far from being a featherweight, is likely to be one of the heaviest cars the company has ever produced. The combination of a massive battery, multiple electric motors, and the luxurious build expected from Ferrari guarantees substantial weight. Thus, when Ferrari accused others of building elephants, the statement seemed more self-descriptive than critical of anyone else. The timing of the comments also adds to the awkwardness. The electric vehicle market, especially in China, has been undergoing a period of intense innovation and competition. Brands such as BYD, Zeekr, Xiaomi, and NIO have been pushing the limits of EV performance while also striving for affordability and efficiency. Many of these vehicles already offer power outputs that equal or surpass Ferrari's new EV, often at a fraction of the cost. BYD's latest high-performance models, for example, deliver over 1,000 kilowatts, nearly 1,350 horsepower, and their new Yangwang hypercar reaches an astonishing 3,000 horsepower. This particular model even broke the world top speed record previously held by the Bugatti Chiron, hitting a verified 491 kilometers per hour. In contrast, Ferrari's upcoming electric crossover produces only 986 horsepower, which, while impressive, falls short of several Chinese models that have already reached production. Ferrari's statement that it's very easy and simple to create that power with an electric engine also raised eyebrows. While electric motors are indeed capable of producing immense torque and power without the complexity of internal combustion engines, creating a well-balanced, reliable, and efficient high-performance EV is far from simple. It involves sophisticated software control, thermal management, and intricate engineering to handle such extreme power levels safely. To dismiss this process as simple is misleading, and it diminishes the genuine technological advancements being made by companies across the EV industry. Even more contradictory is Ferrari's claim that the only way to achieve such high outputs is by using massive electric motors. This statement does not align with current EV technology. Companies like Mercedes-Benz have already developed compact, lightweight electric motors that produce extraordinary amounts of power. In fact, Mercedes' high-performance motors can generate around 650 horsepower while weighing as little as 13 kilograms each, a fraction of the mass of a traditional 12-cylinder engine. These advancements demonstrate that huge motors are not necessary to produce exceptional performance. The key lies in efficient design, advanced materials, and intelligent control systems, not sheer size. This is where Ferrari's statements become particularly ironic. The company has built its brand on performance, speed, and power. For decades, Ferrari has been the poster child for pushing mechanical boundaries, creating ever faster, more powerful, and more exhilarating cars. Yet now, as electric vehicles are achieving those same feats more efficiently and affordably, Ferrari seems to be criticizing the very pursuit of speed and performance it once celebrated. It's an odd reversal. The brand that once glorified excess power is now mocking it when others achieve it through different technology. Of course, some truth exists in Ferrari's critique. Electric vehicles can indeed be heavy, primarily because of their batteries. The density of modern lithium-ion cells, while improving, still limits how much energy can be stored per kilogram. As a result, cars with large ranges or extreme power outputs inevitably carry substantial mass. The BYD Yangwang supercar, for example, weighs around 2,500 kilograms. Certainly no lightweight. However, this is only part of the story. The next generation of EVs, already in development, promises to be significantly lighter thanks to advancements in battery chemistry, solid-state cells, and structural integration, where the battery pack becomes part of the car's chassis. Weight reduction is an ongoing process, not a fundamental limitation of electric technology. Furthermore, Ferrari's own electric crossover is far from immune to this issue. Its 122 kilowatt-hour battery alone adds hundreds of kilograms, and its multiple high-performance motors contribute even more. Despite that, Ferrari expects it to achieve a 0 to 100 kilometers per hour time of 2.5 seconds, which, while undeniably fast, is hardly revolutionary compared to current benchmarks. Several EVs from China, the US, and even startups can already achieve similar or better figures. The Tesla Model S Plaid, the Lucid Air Sapphire, and the Rimac Nevera, for instance, have all surpassed these numbers. The gap between traditional luxury automakers and new EV leaders is closing quickly, if not already gone. What Ferrari's statements really reveal is the tension many legacy car makers face as they transition into the electric age. For decades, Ferrari's mystique has relied on the visceral sound of its engines, the smell of gasoline, and the raw mechanical connection between driver and machine. Electric cars, by their very nature, challenge that identity. They are quiet, smooth, and controlled by digital precision rather than roaring combustion. For Ferrari, embracing this change means redefining what a Ferrari experience actually is, and that's not an easy transformation. It's understandable that Ferrari's executives may feel defensive when comparing their heritage-driven engineering to their rapidly advancing, efficiency-focused approach of Chinese EV companies. Still, making dismissive or inaccurate claims about competitors only makes Ferrari appear out of touch with the realities of modern automotive technology. In essence, Ferrari's remarks reflect a certain cultural resistance to the shift toward electrification. European supercar brands have historically prided themselves on craftsmanship, exclusivity, and a romantic attachment to their engines. Meanwhile, Chinese automakers are operating from a different mindset, one driven by innovation, scalability, and technological experimentation. Their focus is not nostalgia, but progress. They are building vehicles designed to challenge every assumption about what performance can mean in an electric world, and they are doing so with remarkable speed and confidence. Ferrari's critique might have been an attempt to defend the brand's traditional identity, positioning itself as the guardian of driving emotion and purity in an era of silent, software-driven vehicles. However, the way it was expressed came across as condescending and uninformed. The irony of accusing others of making elephants while introducing a nearly 3-ton electric SUV with a gigantic battery was simply too glaring to ignore. It exposed a disconnect between Ferrari's public rhetoric and its actual engineering choices. Ultimately, the electric revolution doesn't leave much room for complacency or arrogance. Performance metrics once considered astonishing are now achievable by relatively affordable vehicles. A car that accelerates to 100 kilometers per hour in 2.5 seconds, once the domain of million-dollar hypercars, can now be bought for the price of a family sedan. As battery technology improves and manufacturing costs drop, the playing field is leveling. Legacy brands like Ferrari will have to compete not just on prestige, but on genuine technological merit. Ferrari's venture into electric mobility will undoubtedly attract attention. The brand still carries immense influence, and its cars will always command admiration for their design and exclusivity. But its statements about Chinese EVs reflect an outdated and defensive mindset, one that risks alienating a new generation of car enthusiasts who value innovation over heritage. As electric vehicles continue to evolve, their performance, efficiency, and accessibility will only improve. The elephants Ferrari mocks today may well become the sleek, agile frontrunners of tomorrow. It's worth remembering that the history of the automotive industry is filled with similar moments of transition. When turbocharging, hybridization, or even disc brakes first appeared, traditionalists scoffed. Yet those technologies became standard. Electric propulsion is simply the next stage of that evolution. The companies that embrace it intelligently, acknowledging both its challenges and opportunities, will thrive. Those that resist, clinging to outdated assumptions, risk being left behind, no matter how storied their past may be. In the end, Ferrari's comments say less about Chinese automakers and more about Ferrari itself. They reveal a company grappling with an identity crisis in an era that demands reinvention. While Ferrari's electric crossover will no doubt be fast, luxurious, and beautifully crafted, its heavy battery and reliance on electric motors make it no different, in principle, from the EVs it criticizes. If anything, it underscores the universal truth of this new automotive era. Power is easy, weight is temporary, but progress is unstoppable.